Obviously, like biting upside down the tail.
බලවගෙන ඉස්සුදු සොර බලන්න ඒ අඩිපාරේවයි දුවන්නේ. ඒගොල්ලෝ හදාගෙන තියෙන අඩිපාර තමයි ඒගොල්ලෝ යන්නේ ෂෝ යන්නේ. එයාලගේ සුදු පාට එකක් තියෙනව නේද? හලෝ. හලෝ. That is like a big time number. No.
So we can make getting in a little bit of a challenge. Especially with Katie, but I'll point out who Katie is in just a second. I don't need to jump up at me. How am I going to do this? Actually, I'm going to do a bit of a distractor.
Oh my god. Oh, into it.
That.
Oh, one of them.
Oh! I've got one devil who's not my biggest fan. That's okay, isn't it, Missy? Come on. And it's Katie, if you haven't figured out, she's the one who's just over here. Everyone else though, not too fast. Come on, I'm just going to get this little hook on here.
It's green. Oh, they're into it.
Jesus. Rain's putting in top effort tonight. Right, okay.
Oh my god.
I'm going to have to abandon shit here, I think. Come on, it's just... Oh. The hole isn't in the best position, which isn't making this much easier. Oh, fingers. Oh, come on. Come on, get out of the way. Oh, nearly. Damn. My speaker's in the dirt too. This is so successful.
Yes. You're doing well.
There we go. They're probably going to get that off there, but at least it's on there to begin with. Alright, and we've only got 4, so we're missing one who's probably got to the other piece. Yeah, that's fine. She can have that. Using everything that we're popping in front of them. So starting off generally with your muscle and your organs, and then heading through to that bone and fur. Relative to body size, they're coming in at number 1 for bite force. So pretty powerful little set of jaws on them as well. And you'll find once they've actually crunched up the bone, it'll continue to grind through their stomach too. So coming out the other end, you tend to find it a bit of a colour variation. It's more of a sort of a greyish greeny sort of colour rather than a nice dark brown to black. But the fur is also eaten, but not of great nutritional benefit. So When they're swallowing the fur, it's to push something through the stomach or even line the stomach for something that might be coming. So again, going in and coming out, it looks incredibly similar. It can be a good way of deciding if you've got devils in your area. If you're coming across pretty decent sized poo with a lot of fur through it, it generally means one of these guys has come along and taken a poop right in front of you. I'm still bucketed. So in here we met Katie. We've also got Juniper, who's just on the left. We've got Rain, who's just in front of me here, and Pandora. Mod must be now be running around with that other piece that I chucked in. But these girls are all between the ages of 2 and 4. And they've essentially spent the breeding season in here hanging out with no pressure of males at all. And the way that we figure out who is actually breeding with who is through recommendations. So Devils at Cradle, all our devils here are part of what's known as the National Insurance Population. Oh, she's not around, this is weird. She'll make herself known. Oh. Gosh. Come on, Missy. Oi. He's up, Turbo. Come on. Yeah. Where's my steak? Miss? Oh, this is worse because I've got more. Thankfully they're littler, so the bite force isn't as bad. Oh, I feel like tonight's the night for everyone going full hardball into it. Last night everyone was very relaxed. Really tripping over a devil. Alrighty, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That is everyone. So, these guys are a pretty great example of that social feeding. This is Manchester. Hello, darling. She's like, I know there's more and I know that it's bigger. So these guys are a pretty good example of how they'd be doing things out in the wild. So coming together, small groups to have a good feed, ripping, tearing, pulling, trying to get as much as they can off that piece of food. So they are known as more of a scavenging animal. So their sense of smell, as well as their hearing, is very good. So they're capable of smelling something up to about 1 kilometre away, and hearing as well. So you'll see if someone's eating some food and any of these guys hear it from across the sort of enclosure, trying to conserve as much energy as they can. So out in the wild, potentially travelling 10 to 15 kilometres a night in search of food, and not always being successful in that time. So that little rock is a way to try and to conserve as much energy as they can, making them more of an endurance runner rather than an actual sprinter. They have, however, been clocked in at about 25 kilometres an hour at top speed, so not too bad. Although if you compare that to a wombat, is anyone familiar with how fast a wombat can run? Darling, you're not allowed to teach.
Up to 40? What was it?
Sorry?
Was it up to 40 km?
Yeah, up to 40 kilometres an hour a wombat is being clocked in at. So a wombat potentially outrunning one of these guys.
He's got
It's every devil for themselves.
these two, meanwhile, have got.
Yeah, so these guys are pretty good little bone crunchers. Who's over there, you gooses? Use that nose of yours for good. Come on. There you go, you've nailed it. Manchester just going.